number 4 will unfold. This is a best of 7 set. District 69 currently leading 2-1.
Frozen Guard, a really interesting map. This is Abyss's map. I think Abyss have found a lot of success, and you talk about Grover coming through here. D69 are going to have to deal with a lot of long-range axes. If they don't win these initial point fights, Nick, it's going to be nigh impossible for them to get back and compete. But again, we thought it was impossible for them to come back 3-0, and they did it.
Definitely here. Frozen Guard, I expect to see some Knessas here. Again, not at the absolute end of the spectrum that maps like Timbermiller at, but Frozen Guard, pretty damn close. Knessa could come out here. Shaolin going to be a big pickup. Grover, you know, District 69, they are not going to pick it up. They're just not going to do it. And I think that's going to be a big pickup on this map as well.
So it comes to question. You look at these numbers. 4-0. That was the game Abyss did not have Grover. And then you see 4-2, 4-3. Suddenly Grover gets in, and Abyss are a whole different dynamic. They're a whole different team, and D69 are a whole different team as well. There's no banning in Paladins. But if I'm looking at just what's happened, Grover had a quadra kill. He had a delayed pentakill. He's been the difference. At one point in a drafting game, do you take away the thing that has made Abyss have this huge steamroll?
You know, you can isolate whether or not you think Grover is good or not, but he's surviving in this meta right now just because D69 are not prepared for it. They don't know how to play it or against it because they're not used to it. So whatever argument you want to make for Grover, that is the big difference factor that he's having, the surprise factor right now. And I mean, he's even pretty mobile. He's got the one vine to kind of reposition himself, but he can clear so much distance with that one vine. He's a very, very interesting character.
Well, you know, here's what's the interesting aspect about this. This is live. We're talking in front of an audience, and we're obviously online via Twitch, but there are members of the teams that, one of them at least, will be playing against possibly Abyss, possibly D69 tomorrow on Sunday on the main stage. And this is something that I think they're now going to research. If they thought they were prepared on Grover again, I think they're going to go back to the books because no one wants to be dealing with a Grover getting a quadra kill. No one knows, no one believes that should be happening, and I think these boys are going to be really studied up for this. I think this is the only set this Grover is going to have as big of an impact.
And even then, you know, Grover is a simple character.
Yeah.
It's not like it's Eevee where there's all this mobility, all this pattern studying you have to do, all the reading the option, that sort of thing. It's just an axe coming down.
Not even reloading.
No reloading. Burst heal, axe. Very simple, cut, clean. How much studying can you really do? Are you going to lock down Jolzy's his pattern, where he likes to throw his axe, his time? He didn't even stop. There's no pattern to be identifying. He was just
There's that aspect. You know, I like to think of it like you see what works for them, and you see, can we play it? What do we do in this situation? I think D69 are running into, this is either an ego thing, or this is either we don't have the players to play it, or we just really don't think it's good, right? We've known them to be stubborn. We've seen them in the Champion Circuit and the Eevee's Winter Classic. They've played gods, they've played champions, excuse me, that have not worked and still done it the next game. I don't think I see Burrito that way. I don't see Matchpoint that way. A lot more flexible. And personally, I think that they're going to be saying, if the Grover is what turns them from a 4-0 team to a 4-2, 4-3, I'm going to play Grover. I'll play Grover. I'll do just as well, and they won't have it. Let's see what else they got.
They'll play it all day, every day. You know, should it come down to Matchpoint and Abyss in the finals, that could be an interesting pickup because Matchpoint isn't afraid to play it. They brought it out. Cuss Cutie, definitely not scared to play it. They know how it works. We're good to go into the champion draft for game number 4. Frozen Guard, long lines of sights. Look for Knessa, look for Shaolin, look for Grover.
D69 with first pick. Makoa comes through. Sheepa nodding his head per dough as well. Up in path, saying something very animated. Very happy that he's gotten his turtle that he's been doing so well with. And this is an unusual first 2 picks. Fernando and Eevee, but together and not in that second and third row where they're grabbing Cassie as well.
Those are Abyss picks, man. Though they love the Fernando, they love the Eevee. They're cool to give up the Ruckus. They dominated Eager on this map. They dominated that composition specifically. I like the Shaolin pickup from District 69, looking to shut that down early. And this is going to be very telling for Abyss what they like to select here. They're probably going to let the Maldama go. Cassie, it's going to be hovered right now. Knessa, another big one to look at. Grover,
third, dude.
Because
they need this.
District 69, I don't think you're going to pick it. I don't know that I like them taking Grover third because this, you know, you can look at even Challenger Cup teams like a Wooly with Bomb King.
Yeah.
That gives them space to draft. When you know D69 is not going to take it, just take it last if you're going to take it because then you can pick up those key things like your flankers, your backline damage, and you know, this is going to be very telling here, the last pick from Abyss.
If I'm Burrito, if I'm Match Point, I am watching that right there as an indicator of they need Grover. That is the key to their success. They choose it over everything else. Kinessa gets picked last for Abyss, and Maldamba and Androxus followed up for D69. A lot of comfort picks, a lot of great champions in here battling it out in the realm. It is going to be a test of metal, mental strength, of mechanical prowess, and technique, and it's really ultimately going to come down to who can get the job done.
To be honest, I think the big pick for D69 right now is Shaolin. He's going to be able to pressure out Kinessa, Cassie, and Grover from a long enough distance away that I think D69 can still hold down control of the point without being too worried about getting picked apart, you know, for nothing.
Yeah.
By this composition from Abyss.
Shaolin is essentially a sniper, right? I mean, he has very much a lot of the same impact on the fight as a Kinessa can have. And
Grover can shut him down.
Grover
I
can,
don't know, man.
absolutely. It's going to be difficult. You know, Androxus, if we see them go with 4 cauterizes again, to me that says they're going to go to shut this Grover down one more time.
And that surprise factor is going to be there from Abyss. 0 fall off on any of these characters from Abyss. You know, Sheepa can poke his head out on Shaolin, but he has the chance to be eating an axe, an arrow from Cassie, an ice staff shot, and a headshot from Kinessa all at the same time. It's just so much burst damage. Abyss with Hades on Fernando, Josh Kin on Evie, Joels on Kinessa, Alston on Grover, and Chronix on Cassie.
And as game 4 gets going, we'll have D69 with Unbelievable on the ruckus there, getting pulled. Eldenpath on that Makoa fighting alongside as well. Looks like Bruno on the Androxus chases down Joels. Jera keeping him alive with that Maldamba. And of course, Sheepa, he's the one to fall in this engagement. 21% counting for D69. Grover playing the sniping role from the hidden bushes over there, but D69 have sniffed them out. And now it is up to Josh Kin and the boys to start zoning here with pressure going their way on the objective.
Shot on Maldamba, that one's gonna miss. So much damage around the corner. Reversal's gonna catch something. Gets the Nether Step cooldown reset as well. Unbelievable. Just buying time for his team to get grouped up, but Abyss have found a lot of capture point progress.
Oh boy, Eldenpath reads where he sees Joel's going, gets another hook. Eldenpath gets slayed by Chronix though, and that will end the Turtles' reign for now. Sheepa goes down. Haynes, crazy play. The fireball's coming through. Josh Kin is there. The scout revealing enemies. Gets the dodge roll, reset damage, and lifesteal to keep herself alive. Looking for it again. Can she find it? Misses the shot. But Abyss, 96% and counting. Nick, it looks like the objective goes the way of the Australians.
They will capture this point, and you know, looking at what happened last game with Cauterize being such a big factor, shutting down a lot of healing, that really wasn't healing. That was winning that team fight. That was just spreading District 69. Elvin being forced to go to the backline. Unbe sitting on the point. The rest of District 69 trying to hold down the long lines of sight. But right now, it's all Alston.
This is absolutely why Grover was picked up, not only on this map, but just for Abyss. He's done it day in and day out, whether Alston or Joels is playing him. He is having the impact of a damage carry. They forget about the payload, though. They say we got to push that in as well. A minute and 50 seconds left. That won't hurt them too much. Joels with the headshot, double kill for the sniper, looking to make it 3. Goes up into the air and looks to find it. Bunny hopping will not give her the clean sight onto Maldamba, so he will escape for just a moment until Josh Kin hunts him down. A minute and 30, and this is looking like a potential 2-0 start.
They need to collapse on Elvenpath right now while he's alone, continuing to pressure out Shaolin. Forces the withdrawal, the stealth will be spotted out. Josh Kent keeping up the pressure in the backline. Doesn't want District 69. Elvenpath needs to be taken down here, and he will.
It's going to fall to the hands of everyone on D69 to defend right now. A minute and 10 seconds left. They've got a lot of time, but they've got to get rid of this backline damage. You mentioned no fall-off. Androxus certainly has some. He can't contend with the long range from Grover and from Kinessa. Unbelievable's on the payload, but there's nothing they can do about it. He's trying to keep him and his turtle alive, but Jera will fall. No healing left for them.
Ancient Rage is available, though. It's going to come out from Elvenpath to try and stabilize. Also needs to be careful. He can't afford to go down here. The sustain is going to be very important with the respawn so far away, and D69 finding the kills they need to stabilize.
Sheepa with the double there. So important, so impactful, making sure not to peek. You see Jules is already in their heads, forcing them to take cover. That's the benefit of having Knessa on your team. Those long lines of sight on frozen guard allow her to really play a mental game with her opponents.
Trying to find a pick right now is District 69. I don't know if I like them holding this far out, giving Knessa the lines of sight. They can sit in their base undercover and force Abyss to come to them. Abyss wrapping a very nice long-range composition. Position is going to be very important. There's a key dredge anchor.
Huge. They can't track the Knessa though, but Purdue, he finds her just enough, and there it is. He can go ahead and nether step on to the tree, but he is going to save those to retreat to safety for just a moment from the backside. He looks to find one. He's so close to finishing it off. Purdue, one shot. That'll take him down, but Josh Kane falls up in soup.
Red Serpent is available right now. That stun is going to miss. He's going to get the shield of Hades. Trying to keep his team alive. Josh Kent finding a lot of damage, a lot of key pickups. This engagement finds Jera as well.
This could be trouble for D69. It looks like Abyss are close to pushing this through. They got to hit the Fernando, and they do take him down before he can start regenerating health. And though Josh Kent will get a nice little cherry on top of that as a consolation prize, D69 will even things out with Abyss and start to get into this late game. Unbelievable already with hi-rez 2.
Sheepa leading the charge on the net worth chart. Going to be very key for D69 to keep up their pressure. Leading the damage, however, is going to be Cassie Chronix. They call him the play of the game guy. I was talking to that team a little bit after. They say he gets play of the game almost every time, already way ahead on the healing chart. He's going to be Jera on this Mount Dumba, but like I said, I don't think that's really the key factor here, especially on these point fights. That might be what it comes down to. Can Abyss continue to spread D69 out and just pick them apart?
Chance from the fans here at the Cobb Energy Center in Atlanta, Georgia. It is the Paladins Invitational. There are thousands watching online and, of course, live, and it seems that Josh Kent wants to put on a show. Abyss certainly have mixed things up in this storyline. Try and run comes out. Knessa looking for the headhunter damage. Can't find it. There's a nice Red Serpent from Jera coming out, and will he finish it off? Yes. Alcid will take down Unbelievable, but lose Joel's thanks to Sheepa. The Shaolin from D69 has proved to be a definite thorn in Abyss's side, though 30% and counting on the objective for them.
Have to keep these guys alive in the backline. Planet comes out. Huge swing for D69. They don't have any capture progress just yet, but staying alive. Sheepa getting it done for D69. 7-5. Definitely the impact player thus far for the boys in blue.
This poke could be vital. Shaolin, although he is revealed thanks to Cassie's ultimate, doesn't see Fernando there, so that reveal will do nothing but allow the big Spaniard to go ahead and finish the damage. Haynes takes down Sheepa, but will Purdue find him again? Chronix goes down thanks to that, and now Purdue is looking for his next target, but Josh Kent makes the hunter the hunted and finishes him off. Unbelievable. Gonna avoid that with a nice advance. Josh Kent can't hit a couple shots and he goes down.
Hexafire and Ancient Rage coming out from D69 to put their foot down. They're likely to get this payload captured as a result. Jera keeping everyone alive. Long distance score just to shut down. A little bit of area denial coming out from bonus chosen.
Pretty amazing. Josh Kent had the opportunity to really take Unbelievable down. It might have bought him and his team a little bit more time. Made D69 forced them off the point, but that is all in the past. They can only do what they can do now. 2-1 is the score line. And 2-1 is the score line in the set as well. D69 leading, and Abyss trying to find their way back. 2 minutes on the payload. Try and run activated again. Knessa looking to find some heads. Unbelievable. Gets taken down with the headshot. Jera goes down as well, and D69 have found themselves dead with Abyss stabilizing here.
That's a big ultimate coming out from Abyss. I like the call, though. You don't want to sit on your ultimates too long here. Just cleaning up a couple of final kills is Abyss. But if you sit on the ultimates the whole time, it really doesn't do much for you. It's a good idea as well for Abyss to hold here. Keeping the payload around the corner. Doesn't want to go under the Timber Lodge here. They want to keep these line of sights on the line. That is where their comp is strongest.
Stabilizing Abyss Going a little bit aggressive. The Vine coming into play. Elvin Path consistently hooking Alston. He's going to not win this battle. Alston is in trouble. Runs into the side. Not aware of where he is. Elvin Path, the big turtle, still chasing him. A second hook. Elvin Path still alive, to be honest. And that is impressive. Elvin Path shutting down Grover. Going after him specifically.
Shippa threading the needle under that tree. Was able to find the angle on Joel's, taking him down. Hades falls as well. The front line and the back line looking soft right now from Abyss. D69 at 50 seconds here as they are rounding the corner in the first natural choke.
And that pressure from Grover's axe forcing them, Nick, to take the side routes, making their play predictable. I love the use of Grover. Alston, though, 4 and 5. He's not leading the damage charts this time. He's not leading the kill charts this time. Josh Kent, he's the one carrying everybody on the Eevee, and he's got a big task ahead of him as well. 5 ultimates alive on the side for Abyss. Unbelievable, and the boys of D69 have 3. And it's going to be important for them in the next 20 seconds as they need to push this in to make it 3-1.
Dredge Anchor going to miss Josh Kent deep in the back line now. Chronix poked out so low. Jera able to find the kill onto that Hades, trying to hold, staving off this Ruckus and Makoa, but how long can he do it?
That's going to be the question. 7 seconds on the clock, so not long to determine what the results of this push will be. And Fernando Immortal comes out. It's buying time, but is that the time they needed? It only saves him. Pernod on a rampage. He wants to kill the tree. He's been doing so much damage. The cripple could come out and put him away from the skies, but he's going to use the reversal to make sure nobody decides to shoot him. Try and run activated, forcing a lot of ultimates from Abyss, and they still cannot stop this payload.
So much healing coming out from Jera right now. No kills are coming through. A Cursed Arm on the backside. Peridot is falling lower, unable to get the whirlwind off. Alston is gonna fall.
Oh no, Unbelievable is alive, and it looks like Elvin Path's alive too, and they've got their healer. 2 tanks with the healer. It's gonna be tough for Abyss with the staggered respawn to do it. The reload stun will come through. D69 looking to finish this off. Canessa, get out of there. You stand no chance against that squad. Grover can't even touch his feet down onto the snow before he gets taken out. 3-1 for D69.
I think Hades especially needs to prioritize, cauterize a little bit more. Fernando's so effective at spreading that around, and healing starting to be a big factor in this game. Canessa still pulling way ahead on the damage charts here, but she's got a lot of easy targets. And I want to take a look at a couple things here. I want to look at healing, and I would also like to look at the loadouts from Grover specifically here. 50,000 healing ahead is going to be Maldamba currently, that Grover loadout, because it's a character we're not often used to seeing. You're seeing pick up one there, duration for crippling throw, cooldown on Blossom, and just a nice balance. The rest of all those cards are blue, level 2 in terms of intensity, a little bit of max health, a little bit of radius of Blossom, and the range of Vine. So looking for a little bit more mobility. Kids at home, take notes. Austin playing Grover on the big stage.
He is playing it the right way as well. He's getting a lot of kills to his name, and him and his teammates are having so much success. It's got to be great if you're an OCE fan, but right now, they need to make sure their Canessa stays alive. Their Cassie sure doesn't. Chipa with a kill on to Chronix, and now all of a sudden, you see there, Fernando's going to take down one. Pernod and Chipa go down. Thanks to Alston and Josh Kent, the pressure is unrelenting, but meanwhile, unbelievable, 60% on the capture objective. Everybody leaves him alone on the side of Abyss.
Hades was so low and alone for so long, but this dynamic duo, Josh Kent and Alston on the Grover, able to swing the team fight largely in part by themselves. 60 for D69, but Abyss quickly closing and now surpassing them.
Grover needs to find a couple of opportunities to swing himself. That Vine has not gotten him out of trouble just yet. Elvin Path with a huge focus on him, but Josh Kent with the focus on the Elvin Path. The Ancient Rage, though, comes through, forces Eevee in the ice block. They didn't think the turtle would be alive that long. 99% for Abyss, but D69 are absolutely making them fall to pieces. The shell spin will get it. D69 are 87% and counting. The Cassie gets killed by the hook, and that anchor will secure it. D69 with the victory, going up 3-1 against Abyss.
Dominant team fight there, and the healing I think was the big difference there. Hades went down to Unbelievable, who was just sitting almost uncontested on the point. Hades got caught out a little bit, just not really his fault. He got poked out, just didn't have a healer to fall back to. Grover does all his damage from long range, and that's kind of the dichotomy, the choice that has to be made. You're going to lose a lot of that damage as you try and close the gap, get it in the fight, and heal up some of your frontliners, whereas a guy like Maldamba can do it from anywhere on the battlefield and just dominant in the healing category with D69.
You know, they took the Cassie late, they took the Grover early. The Knessa came out as something that they probably didn't want to pick early, which if that was going to be their last pick, making sure that they had a couple of the other things in their pocket before they let somebody else have the counter to that. But picking Eevee first, picking Grover that early, Nick, it just seems the draft maybe didn't come into play the way that they wanted. Joel's being so successful on whatever champion that he's playing, but Alston admittedly having less of an impact performance on Grover this time around. Although first game he was very, very strong, it seemed like Joel's being able to take over that role was pretty phenomenal, and now he's done well with the Knessa, but his team have lost that impactful damage that Grover was bringing. 47,000, he's right where he should be at the bottom of the charts.
Part of that has to do with a lot of these guys getting in Grover's face. He does more damage from long range. Elvenpath doing a great job kind of being the dedicated flanker almost, just diving the backline almost every single time. Makoa very, very good at bursting down Knessa and picking up those kills. Gave Perdo a lot of room to, I think, watch his own backline. Josh Kent was tearing it up there, 28-6 on the Eevee. Definitely, I think, the best slash line in the game.
You know, this is a very vital point. Abyss now are at match-ending points. They could lose and be out of this tournament. They've traveled so far, they've done so much, and they've gotten here and their backs are against the walls. You see actually a lot of the members from Abyss have gone to speak. They've gone to talk to each other and figure out what they need to do